So I wanted to read on Miss Nancy today. My favorite streamer JLR went back home to Florida, but he says the case is not over. He has not come back on live yet. He was traveling all day yesterday. There's 2 streamers out there still. 857 Tucson lives there, so he will still continue to stream from in front of the house. And the other one, Mark the Shark. Well, I think his name is just Mark, and then he calls himself Mark the Shark, but somebody else has that YouTube name, Mark the Shark. He's there for 1 more week. I'm praying something burst out in this case. I still want to believe that Miss Nancy's alive. I still don't believe that the family is cleared, even though the sheriff says, oh, they're cleared. You can't clear anybody because only the DA can do that, right? So I still believe that daughter and that husband, the son-in-law, could probably have something to do with it, but that's just my belief. There's no facts. There's no facts behind it, okay? That's just my belief. That's just me having an opinion. And you know what opinions are like, right? A-holes, everybody has one. The only reason that I think that they could be involved, honestly, is because I don't know how they're affording their lifestyle. I don't know how on a teacher's pay, or even what is he, a substitute teacher's pay, he can afford a $600 and something thousand house, because I know what the mortgage on that looks like. And Annie doesn't really work, you know, she kind of does like what I'm doing, gig work, right? So I don't know how they're affording that. So that's my main reason. That's just the math for me. And the next reason is because Tommaso was the last person to supposedly see her alive. 9 times out of 10, it's usually the last person to see the person alive that has something to do with them coming up missing or whatever. And I remember this story. My brother took a friend of ours' daughter on a date one time, and when the date was over, she didn't want him to drop her back home, right? And she was grown, they were grown, like late 20s. She wanted him to drop her off at this college, this university, and she was gonna go visit somebody in the dorms. And he said, hell no, I'm gonna be the last person to see you this night. You getting dropped home at your ma and your pa, because ain't nobody gonna blame me for it. So we been knew that, right? So I want to ask the question because I'm watching that lady on TikTok, the one that came up with a theory about the home repair people group that uses recovering drug addicts to go ahead and scam old people out of their HELOC, or, you know, take out a loan to do the home repairs, whatever, because those people are very aggressive when they call. You have to almost be rude to them. They'll call and go, hey, we're finishing up a job either on my street or that street over there. They're nowhere out here, right? They don't even live out here. And we wanted to know, could we stop by and give you a quote? I'm like, no, not fixing the house, thank you. And they're like, really? Not? I said, and then I said, my husband fixes everything on the house. We don't hire people. Oh, but is he a contract? I'm like, oh my God, they get so aggressively rude. So I just click hang up on them now, right? So I want to ask, is it a couple of brothers that did this thing? Because this lady has a suspicion about these 2 brothers. I'm not going to call their names because I don't want to get sued. But she says one of them is on life support in the hospital. And I don't know that that's true, right? Let's say that's true. So if he's on life support in the hospital and him and his brother did this, then he can't tell nobody on this one brother. And this one brother knows he can't tell on me. So I'm safe. They don't know who I am. I did this and I'm safe. My brother can't talk. So that's the question I'm going to ask. I don't know if the cards are going to tell me anything, right? So let's pull 5 cards. Well, the cards always tell you something. I don't know if I'm going to understand what it tells me. 2, a 3, a 4, 5, and the one underneath. So this is the one underneath. So we're asking, and we don't have to ask necessarily are they brothers, but are they closely related? They could be cousins, first cousins. Right? So I'm going to hold the cards like this because I don't want it to fly away. The first one is 3 of Pentacles. It's more than 2. Every time I see the 3 of Pentacles, I have 3 cakes on this card, guys. And they work together because you see they're assembled together. It's more than 2. It's I don't think it's just 2 brothers or 2 cousins or 2 close family. It's people that trust each other though, because they're not ratting each other out for the money. The Queen of Wands, charismatic, passionate, and confident. Is there a girl in the mix? Not just boys? The High Priestess, intuition, mystery. There's secrets. There's definitely secrets. It doesn't have to be Annie and Tommaso, guys. You know, I'm leaving room for them to not let it be them. You know what I mean? Six of Cups, nostalgia, childhood memories. These people, the ones that did it, they knew each other since they were little kids. If they're not blood related, they're really, really tight chums. And then the Knight of Swords, ambitious, assertive, driven to succeed. One of them is very ambitious, and they got away with it. But I really do feel like one of them might be unalive or near unalivement. Why nobody is selling each other out for the money? Everybody knows the first one to talk is the one that gets the deal. And they're not as dumb as they seem, because they must know, this stupid train, they must know that the FBI is onto them, because whenever you see the FBI go silent, they're holding what they know close to the vest. I honestly believe that. And that's not just me trying to hold on to hope. I really do feel like the FBI is working on this. I trust the FBI. They always tell you when the feds nab you is because they've built a solid case against you, because they win 99% of their cases. You know what I mean? So I think they're building the case. They already have their eyes on who it is. They're building the case. And when they do the arrest next time, it's not going to be this foolishness that they did with the SWAT and this and that and detain these people. I think they only detain those people to like mark them, get their, what do you call the thing, their devices, and they're monitoring them. They are. And when they were in Annie's house and taking pictures and all that stuff, I'm sure they were spraying luminol to see if there was, you know, blood there and all that stuff, right? So I'm gonna ask now on Miss Nancy. Scratch that, guys. I'm not gonna show you what I got on Miss Nancy in this video. I'm gonna show it in the other video, okay? Because when I went inside to edit the video, I realized I didn't speak about this card that came up hidden underneath the deck. All right, I'm glad I showed it to you guys, because I would have never known what the card was, because I got distracted and started to shuffle again already. The Four of Wands is about a celebration, homecoming, and community. I don't know what that means in the regards of the question that I asked. Was it two close relatives, two brothers, two cousins that did this crime? I don't know what that means, but I still think it's at least two close relatives and a third person at least, because I keep getting that Three of Pentacles. This card really wanted to come up as a part of the bottom of the deck, because the next read that I did a Celtic cross on Miss Nancy, and then I put all the cards together and put it right on top of my deck, right? And I put the deck face up and took it inside. And when I went searching for this card to come back and tape this segment, I had to flip all the cards starting with the top ones, and this was on the bottom again. And I'm like, you really wanted to come up as the bottom of the deck, didn't you? Okay, so that's it for this one. Stay tuned for probably tomorrow. I'm gonna upload the Miss Nancy one, okay?